I started my healthy hair journey back in September of 2018. And like a lot of people, when I started looking more into it, like I read the Curly Girl Handbook, but it's just not quite the same reading it as opposed to seeing it. So I started looking on YouTube. And the first influencer that I found that had hair similar to mine was Curly Susie. I really was heavily influenced by Susie at the beginning of my journey. I followed her routine almost exactly. I never did co-wash because I just don't feel like I can get a good enough cleanse from it. But I used the Tresemme conditioner, I used the botanic gel, and I used her styling techniques. And I really just feel like I was very heavily influenced by her at the beginning of my journey. If it wasn't for Susie, I'm not sure I would have stuck out with it. So when I heard she was leaving YouTube, I was definitely very sad. When I first started my journey, I followed a very similar, almost exactly the same routine that she followed. And I even went through my pregnancy at the same time she did. My daughter is, I think, just about 2 months younger than Hank. So I followed up all of her pregnancy videos. It was very, very sad to hear that she's leaving YouTube, but I definitely understand where she's coming from. I just really wish her the best for everything in her future, and I hope that everything works out for her. But hearing her say that she was leaving YouTube made me kind of think back to those days when I followed her routine and used the same products, and it made me want to give it a try again, because if you've seen my styling video, you know that I've kind of gone a very different path. My routine is heavily focused around using a Denman brush and separating out my hair and just being very meticulous with it, and it's a little more time consuming. So I wanted to go back and I wanted to try her routine and see how it works for my hair now, keeping in mind that as you go through the transition process, our hair does change very drastically. When I first started off, my hair was more wavy than curly, and now I'm getting more curls out of it. So I wanted to see how it worked on my hair now that I have very healthy, very nourished hair. Would this routine work for me? That being said, I am going to go ahead and hop into this routine. I'm going to show you how I do Susie's routine with one of my own products and then 2 products that she uses a lot. I will go into a little bit more depth about what the products are after the demo. Let's go ahead and get started. Hello to all my wonderful wavies and my curly and coily coterie. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Lena and welcome to my bathroom. I'll be doing Susie's wash routine as well as her styling routine. So the first thing we're doing here is we're getting in the shower and I'm just wetting my hair down, prepping it for the shampoo. Susie usually co-washes, but I'll be shampooing today, and when she shampoos, she switches between them. So today I'll be going in with my Unwind by Hask White Wine Shampoo. I start off with a palm full of this, and you can see this is what it looks like. Then I'll just go in with a shampoo at my roots and really work it into a lather, making sure to cleanse my scalp thoroughly. When I'm satisfied, I'll rinse the shampoo out of my hair and scrub on my scalp, just making sure that I'm getting all of the product out of my hair before moving on to my conditioner. I'll be using the same one that Susie uses, which is the Tresemme Botanic Coconut Milk and Aloe Vera Conditioner. Again, I'm just taking a palmful of this. You can see it's actually very thick and creamy, so for some people this might be a little heavy on the hair, but for the price this is actually a really good conditioner. And then I'm just going to work this through my mids and ends, using it to detangle my hair gently to avoid any damage. As we detangle, we're going to bring it in front of our face and continue to work our fingers through it gently. Once you're happy with how detangled it is, we'll go ahead and squish to condition before leaving this in our hair for 5 to 10 minutes while we're doing the rest of our shower routine. After a few minutes, we're going to rinse out our conditioner, and you want to leave your hair in front of your face like this. You can see I'm actually going in and kind of roping off sections while working the conditioner out of my hair. This is what we want for our styling. And for this routine, I am washing all of the conditioner out of my hair, making sure that none of it is left behind. See those clumps? That's exactly what we want. Now we'll go in with any styling products. And today, all I'm using is the BioTerra alcohol-free defining gel, like Susie uses in her routines. Susie has said that sometimes she will use a leave-in conditioner or very occasionally a curl cream, but for the most part, all she does is put gel in her hair, so that's what I'm doing here as well. I'm using the praying hands technique here to run this over my hair and help smooth it in, and then occasionally going back through and kind of just redefining those clumps.
Then I'll scrunch this into my hair to help with distribution as well as to just help those curls form. Working around my head, just being very gentle because we don't want to introduce any frizz at this point. Then we'll go in with a t-shirt to help microplop. You can use a microfiber towel for this as well, but Susie tends to use a t-shirt and that's what I tend to use as well, so that's what I'm doing here. I work slowly around my head trying to get as much water out as possible while also being very gentle because I don't want to introduce frizz at this point either.
I'm out of the shower now. I did plop my hair for just a little bit to help it dry, partially just while I got dressed, just because it makes it easier for me to get dressed when my hair is plopped. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this down really quick and let's take a look. I know Susie said in her most recent video that you can diffuse at this point. She does occasionally if she's in a hurry, but typically she just air dries. And since part of the point is to follow her routine and some of it is also to follow my old routine, I used to just always exclusively air dry. So from this point, I'm gonna air dry. And then one thing Susie does while she's air drying to help get volume on top, and something I'm gonna do as well, is go in with clips. You can use whatever size clips work for you. This is just what I have. Susie uses ones that are a little bit bigger. But this will help give you volume while you air dry, as well as just keeping your hair out of your face since it's so wet. So I'm just gonna put these clips in really quick. So at this point, I'm gonna let my hair air dry the rest of the way and I'll be back in a few hours. So we are all fluffed, we're done with this routine. My hair is completely dry now. These are my final results. So I did want to hop on here to say I tried this routine twice. The first time I tried it, my results were just not really what I was expecting. My hair was very frizzy, it was very fluffy. It did have a lot of volume, but it didn't have a ton. It had like definition down at the bottom, but nothing really up top. And as the day went on, it just got frizzier and frizzier. And I started to realize that I think using a gel like that with my hair so soaking wet, I have low porosity hair. And I think when I was scrunching the water, it just literally slid out of my hair. So it really just felt like that to me. Like by the time I had dried it and everything, I didn't have any gel left in my hair. And I don't know if that's specific to the bioterra gel or if that is just my hair. But that being said, I did want to try it a second time. So let me show you here. This is the second time I washed my hair. And there were two main differences with this wash day. The first difference was that after I plopped my hair and had let it dry a little bit, I went in with a little bit more of the bioterra gel and just reapplied it. I actually reapplied a decent amount because I really wanted to make sure I had hold. And then the second difference was instead of air drying, I blow dried my hair. I didn't blow dry it super long time. I blow dried it for probably about 20 minutes. My main goal there was just to make sure that I had enough gel in my hair. I waited for it to show that it had a cast before I let it air dry the rest of the way. I just wanted to make sure I had enough and that I was gonna get some hold. That being said, these are my final results here. You can see it looks pretty good. As compared to the first one. It's not as frizzy, it's not as fluffy. I will include a short clip at the end of this video that gets in a little bit closer, and then I'll show it from behind as well, so stay tuned for that. But I do just want to talk about this a little bit, because even though this is my second wash, I did learn a few things. I do think it was a good idea with my low porosity hair to reapply the gel. I do like the way it looks. It turned out really good. My hair is very soft. It is very shiny. It is very healthy. That being said, I also don't have as much definition as I'm used to. I'm not completely sure what the cause of that is, so I do really want to experiment with this process a little bit more. It could be that the gel just wasn't a hard enough hold gel, or maybe I need protein in my hair. This routine doesn't have a ton of protein in it. I think the only thing that has protein in it is the bioterra gel, and it's pretty low down the list. I also didn't use any sort of curl cream or leave-in conditioner. Maybe my hair just needs the extra moisture. So I do want to try a few different things to see if I can get this to work. So I might try using this in combination with a few other things and see if I can get my hair to curl a little bit better. That being said, I do still like my results. My results, like I said, are very shiny. It looks very healthy. It's more wavy than curly, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it just gives you a little bit more versatility. So that's kind of what it breaks down to. I think this is a really good technique to try, especially if you fall into a few different categories. The first being someone who's transitioning. If you are just hopping onto this train, you have damaged hair and you're trying to help encourage the health of your hair, I think this is a really good routine because it helps. It's very simple. This routine is very simple. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to follow. Not only that, but all of the products in it are very affordable. So it's something that you're more likely to stick with, in my opinion, than some sort of much more complicated styling technique like the one that I typically follow. I think if you were to try that one right off the bat, it would be too overwhelming. Another type of person I would say this is perfect for is someone who is just very busy. So maybe you're a young mother, you have kids running around the house, you really want to have the time to wash and style your hair, but you don't have time to dedicate to a really long process. Or maybe you're just really busy with work, you just have a very busy life and you just don't have time for this. And that's completely fine. There is nothing wrong with it. And this type of routine still works very well. You can still get very good, healthy looking results out of this type of routine, but it takes a lot less time. That being said, I'm going to go over the products here really quick. So for my shampoo, I went in with the Unwind by Hask Gloss Boss White Wine Inspired Shining Enhancing Shampoo. So this does have wine extract in it, which is said to be packed with antioxidants to help rejuvenate, strengthen, and soften the hair. This is a CG approved shampoo. It does not have sulfates in it. That being said, it does have sodium C14-16 olefin sulfonate, which is a little bit of a stronger cleanser. It's not as strong and drying as a sulfate, but it is more of a clarifying ingredient. So I would use this more as just a clarifying shampoo. The conditioner that goes with this is not curly girl friendly. It does have silicones in it. And then as well, I did use the Tresemme Botanic Coconut Milk and Aloe Vera Conditioner. And like I said, Susie really just influenced me a ton when I first started the curly journey. So I used this one a lot as well when I first started my journey for healthy hair. It is silicone free, so it's Curly Girl Method approved. It actually does a really good job on conditioning your hair as well as being affordable. It's under $5 for this conditioner, and then it's also really easily accessible. And I know that's something that Susie tries to focus on, is kind of the budget curly girl stuff. And this is actually when I included my beginner's curly hair routine as well for that exact reason. And then last but not least is of course the bioterra alcohol free defining gel. It says on the back it's only a level 3 hold. It's not a super strong hold. I've always struggled in the past to get a cast out of this because I did buy this specifically for this routine, but this is not the first time I've used it. I had this gel before. Again, like I said, when I first started off, Susie suggested it, so I gave it a try. And I've never really gotten much of a hold out of this gel. It's very similar in hold and consistency to the Curlsmith Shape Up Aqua Gel. These are great products to use. I think this routine is fantastic for all of the reasons I've stated previously. Give it a try. I think this works really well for looser textures. So if you have wavy hair or looser curls like mine, if you have hair like Susie's, this is a great routine to try. Let me know what you think of my results down in the comments below. Did you like this routine? Is this something that you will try? I will, of course, leave links to Susie's videos as well as just her channel. Unfortunately, like I said, she won't be making any more videos, but she is leaving all of her previous videos up so we can still use them as a resource. And I just want to say, Susie, again, thank you for everything you've done for all of us. You've influenced me so much, and I really wish you the best. If you do like content like this, like and subscribe for more. I just do all sorts of curly and wavy hair content, product reviews, styling, things like that. I do post a new video every Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that, and hopefully I will see you next time.